Is anything with me tonight? Is the same presence with... And again, I watched that get flicked off. I watched that get flicked off. Well, I'm back. It's been a while, a long while, but I'm back to do another investigation. As you can hear, it sounds like thunder in the background, but I don't think it is. But it's a bitter cold night tonight, and this is my first investigation since my girlfriend and I were here way before Christmas, I think. So I'm going to get set up, have an hour here, get back in the groove and see what I can pick up. Okay, so I think that's a false positive, as I've just got set up and it's very windy tonight relatively to how most of the nights have been when I've used the REM pod. It's windy tonight, so I've put it in a different place, but I still think it's going to catch some wind. And as you can basically see just over there, try to seclude it, it's next to the EMF. Got a spirit ball here, and another one is just up here. Whoa, now surely that's wind. Let's have a little look. It was in a really secure position, but you can still see there's a little bit of cotton on the side of it. I think there was. Yeah, you can see a bit of string from my pocket on the side just. And again, I think that might be wind. And I'm just going to have a look at the REM pod, see if we've got any movement from that. It doesn't appear to be moving off the breeze. There's no real breeze here, so we'll see. As you can hear, the sea is crashing into the pier, so there's a bit of a sea away, but I'm just it's just got dark. It's around 7 p.m, so I'm just going to take some time, get my surroundings, and I'll do a few videos, see if I can pick anything up on the GoPro as I did on my very first visit here. Do some spirit box work, and it's another little bit of work. It's another small investigation into a fascinating area where I've definitely recorded some phenomena here for sure. Okay, I'll get cracking on. Wow, okay, so that spirit ball has just started. But again, that blew off. It couldn't have blown off. That's just been flicked off. There isn't enough wind to blow that off. That is unbelievable, and it was in a recess here. In a recess just there, more or less. Wow. Something has flicked that off. There isn't enough wind. Look, there's some wind, but look, the grass is barely moving. There's some movement, but what? There's no way, no way. There is no way that could have blown off from there. That's where it was. Okay, this is interesting, very interesting already, because I think if it was wind, maybe that would be going off more frequently. We'll keep an eye on that. Wow, just as I turned my back and I was walking over, just about to turn things off. Is anything with me tonight? Is the same presence with... And again, I watched that get flicked off. I watched that get flicked off. Just as I asked if anything was with me tonight. Oh my. Wow. I was just about to ask if anything was with me tonight, and that, I watched it, flicked, and it just fell straight to the ground. That's the second time in a row it sheltered up there. Is anything with me tonight again? I think you are. I know I've come a few times to communicate with you recently over the last 2 months, but you haven't said anything to me or showed me any signs, but I think you're with me tonight again, yes? Is anything with me tonight in the Priory? Is it the same? Are you the same person that showed yourself your face when you showed me your face the first time I came here? REM pod triggered. So you are the same person, yes? Do you think you could tell me your name somehow, or give me a sign? Are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you the same person that communicated with me the first time I came? Because if you are, just give me a sign somehow, just as you did before. I think I just heard a banging noise there. Can you come to see me again? I would love to see you again. I know you did show yourself the first time I came. You were interested in me. You came and you looked at me and then you disappeared. I liked it when you came to see me. I'd like to learn more about you. Could you just tell me, are you a man? Are you a woman? Did you used to live here in the Priory? That was incredible. Both times. There's no way it could get flicked out from there. The wind isn't strong enough to do that. There's no way the wind could have blown it out. It was on a recessed area of the sandstone, and the wind just isn't that strong. I've got a spirit ball over here, and if the wind was strong, this would be getting blown all the time. But that, unless a gust hit the back and blew it off, but it just seems too secure, and there's not any real wind up here. If I just put some grass up, okay, blows the grass off, but that shouldn't come as a surprise because it is quite windy. But you get an idea there that the wind isn't really strong enough, I think, to, or maybe it could, yeah, maybe a little bit gusty. But still, it jumped off the second time. It jumped off and landed here. I think if it blew off, it might have just rolled, it might have but I'll keep an eye on it. It's hard to tell. Maybe that could be a false positive, maybe it was wind, but 2 times. And I saw it the second time. I watched it. It seemed to jump and then drop, as if it was flicked from underneath, as opposed to it just rolling off just with the wind and blowing and just falling down the side. It was more of a jump off. And the REM pod is triggered twice, and I don't think there's enough wind over there to trigger it, but the wind is blowing from the east. It's a little bit sheltered by, there's some obstruction to it by the actual ruins here, which buffer it a little bit, but okay, I'm going to take a little break for the time being and just get my senses again, because I was just about to turn the video off last time when the spirit ball was launched from the concrete. Okay, so it's been a little bit quiet since then. Nothing with the spirit balls, nothing with the REM pod. So I'm going to try the spirit box again, see what I can pick up. I think just before I do, are you still with me? Whoever give me a sign before, or have you left? No, I take it you've gone, yes? You're not with me? Okay, I'm going to start the spirit box, see if I can pick anything up with this.
FM mode. AM mode.
Would anyone like to communicate with me tonight? Could you give me some sort of sign you're here? Did you used to live in the Priory? Were you from this area or a different area? Could you tell me what you did for your work? Were you a rich person? Were you a poor person? Were you religious? Okay. I asked, were you religious, and I got a trigger on the REM pod. Were you a monk? Could you tell me if you were a monk, a priest? Did you have a good life? Did you like it here? How many years ago did you live here? If you can't communicate on my spirit box, maybe you can do that again. Wow, okay. Are you telling me something on the spirit box or through this? Is the REM pod better for you? Have you been here to see me before, or is it your first time communicating with me? Well, I definitely think there's something to do. There is something happening here. The REM pod on a couple of occasions has just been too consistent. Could you show yourself to me somehow, just in any way you feel comfortable? Just a sign that you're here. Are you standing in the corner? Can you see me? Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go? Do you not like it when I come here? I'm just interested to know your name. There is no movement. Could you give me another sign that you're still here? How's it feel tonight again? Strangeness to the place. I mean, it's almost a cloudless sky. Stars are out, but it still feels very black. Could you trigger this for me? Could you move it, please? How about this one? Maybe you could move this? Could you move this one? I know you have twice now. Maybe you can do it one more time. Yeah, when that REM pod goes off, there was one occasion I was here and I was practically, it was a still night. Not a breath of wind, and I was communicating with it regularly. And it's when it was positioned down here and I was practically having a conversation with it. Are you still with me in the corner? Yes? Maybe you do not wish to speak to me? Show me any more signs? Well, I'm going to turn this off for now and do a little bit more non-camera work. I think I've recorded enough tonight, really, some very interesting things, and then I'll probably stay for another 30 minutes and then head home. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. And it's moved. It's moving. There's no breeze here, really. Not enough to move it. Okay, it's funny that each time I've wanted to turn off the camera, there's been activity. Both occasions from this. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off now. Well, I've been here for around an hour now and I'm going to wrap it up, I think, because I'm really intrigued. I want to go back and analyse some of the videos that I've taken, but I've gathered up most of the equipment. The REM pod is still there. I've double checked it several times, put my torch down, tried to detect any movement of the shadow. Nothing. It just isn't moving at all. And I know that there's been a couple of times where I've noticed it move in wind, so I've discounted the signs. But the best results I had from that were actually on that super still night where there was no breath of wind. But tonight, yes, the ball for sure was in a little dint, and there's no way the wind is enough to blow it out of that dint. It moved it before onto the edge, and I think when it was on the edge, which was not where I placed it, the wind might have been catching it then. But prior to that, it was moved, and these require quite a lot of movement in order to make those lights go off. I've tested them. You can move them maybe 90 degrees and the light doesn't always go off. So when you move it quite quickly, quite suddenly, that's when it goes off. But yeah, I'm just hoping I picked something up on camera like I did that time when I was with the spirit box. It was incredible what I picked up. So I'm going to go and pick up the equipment, rest of the equipment, and then call it a night. Are you still with me? Because I'm leaving. Would you like to say goodbye? Can you give me a sign on the REM pod if you're here? Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? Yes? Would you like me to stay with you for a little longer? Okay. Time to go, and I'm definitely going to be back here to do more investigations like this.